The JonBenet Ramsey case, a riddle that has confounded investigators and captivated the public for over 2 decades. While many theories have been proposed, a new perspective emerges, offering a chillingly plausible explanation for the events of that fateful night. Join us as we delve into this new theory, leaving you to decide, could this be what really happened? Prepare to question everything you thought you knew about this baffling case. Let's go back to Christmas morning, 1996. The Ramsey household was a whirlwind of excitement, while gifts overflowed from under the tree. Among the many treasures, a brand new bike for JonBenet. Burke, meanwhile, beamed with delight as he unwrapped the hottest item of the year, a Nintendo 64 gaming system. With a sense of anticipation, the Ramsey family departed their Boulder home around 5 p.m. to join the festivities at the Whites' Christmas party. They enjoyed an evening of socializing and holiday cheer. By 9:30 p.m., the Ramseys made their way back home, unaware of the tragedy that was to come. John and Patsy claimed that JonBenet fell asleep in the car on the way home from the Whites' party. John carried her upstairs, and Patsy changed her clothes and tucked her in. However, this account contradicts the autopsy findings. Evidence suggests JonBenet consumed pineapple after returning home, indicating she was awake. This information suggests that JonBenet had not been put to bed. She and Burke were awake upon their return and may have been left unsupervised to play with their new Christmas toys. John and Patsy were most likely upstairs preparing for the trip they had planned on taking the next morning. Like any 9-year-old in 1996, Burke likely couldn't wait to get back to playing with his new Nintendo 64, and it's possible that JonBenet was playing the game with him. Burke's interview with a child psychologist after JonBenet's death revealed his enthusiasm for playing Nintendo. When asked how he is dealing with everything, he says that he sometimes forgets about it and then mimics actions associated with playing his video games.
How are you dealing with it now?
I kind of forget about it because I'm just going.
You're just playing your video games all the time.
Go.
Forensic evidence indicates JonBenet consumed pineapple approximately 2 hours prior to her death. While both Patsy and John Ramsey denied serving her the fruit, Patsy and Burke's fingerprints were found on the bowl of pineapple discovered on the family's dining room table. Notably, a glass of tea found adjacent to the bowl contained only Burke's fingerprints.
I didn't put the bowl there, okay? I did not put the bowl there. I would not do this, set it like this.
If those prints belong to one of the two of you.
They did? You sure?
If you look closely at the photo of the pineapple, you will see that there are still particles of the rind on some of the pieces, and the pineapple is not uniformly cut as it is when served from a can. This indicates that the pineapple was fresh and would have had to have been cut into pieces by Patsy and perhaps placed in the refrigerator. This would explain why Patsy's fingerprints are on the bowl. Also, notice the oversized serving spoon in the bowl of pineapple and milk. This theory suggests that Burke had retrieved the bowl from the refrigerator, poured the milk over the pineapple, and made himself a glass of tea. He and JonBenet enjoyed the pineapple and went back to playing with Burke's new Nintendo game. In his interview, Burke clearly doesn't want to acknowledge the pineapple. Was he instructed by his parents to not talk about the pineapple? When shown the photo of the bowl, he says, "Oh," and laughs nervously as he pretends to not know what it is.
Dining room table.
Can you describe that to me?
Something. Okay. Looks like glass with a tea bag in it.
Some theories suggest that an altercation occurred while playing the Nintendo game, resulting in an accidental head injury. JonBenet was rendered unconscious, and Burke went back to playing his video game. When Patsy eventually came back downstairs to check on them, she discovered what had happened. At this point, it is too late to save their daughter. The parents would have been considered negligent, and their son would face consequences due to prior behavioral issues. It has been speculated that John and Patsy then told Burke to go to his room and stay there. Perhaps he took the game upstairs to his room and remained distracted until he fell asleep. JonBenet was then taken to the basement by her parents and covered with a blanket. Patsy and John went back upstairs and devised a plan to make it appear as if she were kidnapped. The ransom note was written on Patsy's personal notepad using her own ink pen.
Then what happens?
Then I go down the spiral staircase, and there on one of the runs of the stair is the 3-page ransom note.
And no one has entered the house, the door isn't open, you read the note.
I don't know that.
What did you do? Oh, you...
Well, I hurriedly read it, and didn't take long to understand what was happening, and I ran back upstairs and pushed open her bedroom door, and she was gone.
Patsy calls 911 at 5:52 a.m. The commotion could have awoken Burke, causing him to come downstairs. Unaware of the staging that his parents had done, he asks, "What did you find?"
Please, take a deep breath. Hurry, hurry. Patsy, 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 Patsy.
The note stated that the kidnapper would call tomorrow, which would have been December 27th. The note also advised John to be well rested, indicating that the call would take place the following day. This would have bought the parents some time to get rid of the body, but once the police arrived, they were not going to leave until there was another communication from the supposed kidnapper. This explains why there was no reaction from neither John nor Patsy when the time that the kidnapper was supposed to call, between 8 and 10 a.m., had passed.
10 a.m., the deadline imposed by the writer of the ransom note for a telephone call.
10 o'clock comes and goes, and there's no acknowledgement within the house from anyone that the deadline imposed by the author of the ransom note has come and gone.
Nobody said it's 10 o'clock and the kidnappers haven't called?
Nobody said that.
Was that something else you took note of?
Absolutely.
A new theory suggests that John realized that the police were not going to leave the house. Officers were there for nearly 7 hours, and there was a period of time that John's whereabouts were unknown. Did he sneak down to the basement and further stage the scene using Patsy's nearby art supplies, and then place the suitcase under the basement window? Had they originally planned on using the suitcase found in the basement to transport the body? Let's take a moment to debunk the intruder theory. An intruder would not take the time to write a 3-page ransom note using Patsy's notepad and pen while waiting inside the home. An intruder would have brought a pre-written note with them. This note is significantly longer and more theatrical than any other ransom note in history. An intruder would not write such a note and then decide to not go through with the kidnapping, and it seems absurd to believe that an intruder would fix a bowl of pineapple and milk to feed to JonBenet, a bowl that only has Burke and Patsy's fingerprints on it, sitting next to a glass of tea that has Burke's fingerprints on it only. There is no reason that an intruder would have taken the time to close the window behind them and put the grate outside the window back in place. The debris that was present outside the window under the grate was not disturbed. The evidence that contradicts the intruder theory is insurmountable. For more information regarding the DNA, watch our video titled The Pineapple Theory and What About the DNA Evidence? Thank you for watching.